Hey everybody, it's Thursday afternoon, time for the shop update here at Woodsmith. Have a couple of quick updates with Steve and Dylan today. And Steve is in the middle of his Go Crazy project.
Yeah, they're gonna put me in a rubber room after this one, a week on this. This is the Labyrinth Maze toy. So we started out with a 1/2-inch MDF bottom, painted it. I elected to go ahead and do the inner frame so I could get the start holes. And then what I did was we went several different ways. We did a grid outline that I scratched in the paint, and that didn't work out too well. So I ended up printing a full-size pattern. It took 4 sheets of paper, quadrant each, taped together, but it fit down in this, between the frame pieces perfectly, so that I could literally go in and measure the length, like from this edge to here, from the end to here. And that really helped. And then I have all these little spacers that I use to fit in the parts and help keep things square and straight. But there's been a few instances where I've had to take things apart and redo it. But it's been a week today, so this is all I got left. I don't drink beer, but I might have one. So, see here I'm kind of putting spacers together to make sure everything's gonna, because one of the problems with this is if you get off, you might have too much space, which isn't too bad, but you might have too little, and then your little ball bearing won't go down the labyrinth. So, that's that.
Thank you.
When we're working in here, it never feels like that much space, but then when Becky on Thursdays comes and follows us around, it seems like it takes forever for us to go to one project to another. So I wrapped up the floor standing mirror for Woodsmith 278 yesterday. Construction and material, I ended up going with a kind of a combination. I've got mostly rift sawn, but there's some quarter sawn stuff I think that made it into the project. I was kind of trying to utilize some leftover materials we had from previous projects, maybe save a little money that way. Also, it's, you know, when you've got smaller projects, it's always nice to kind of take advantage of stuff you have laying around. I know we all have scraps in our shop we hold on to forever, so it was nice to, again, be able to build a smaller project out of some waste material. So all 1-inch thick material, so if you are buying stuff, you want to get either 5/4 or 6/4 stuff. Mortise and tenon joinery for actually all of it, the frame as well as the back here. The whole idea was obviously a floor standing mirror, but I wanted to, again, kind of push the utility of it a little bit more. And so instead of just having this thing just up against the wall, we created this kind of framework in the back here. I've got a hole cut out here for a hanger, so if you want to hang a robe or a garment of some sort behind it while you're getting ready, you can do that. And then down below here, I've got a little bit of a platform, and that's the idea behind that, was just to be able to maybe set up a pair of slippers or a pair of shoes. You'll also notice that there is an alternate material down there, kind of to break up the wood. I wanted to introduce another material. My original thought was to use some cork, which would have, I think, worked well. I was just running into issues with cutting the cork. It can be very finicky, and so if I'm having issues, it's inevitable that somebody else might be having some issues. And so I didn't want that to become a point of frustration for people building this. And so kind of continuing on with leftover stuff we have around here, we had some leather, some vegetable tan leather left over from a project, and so I went ahead and dyed that with some just leather dye, and that will get applied to the platform down there with some contact cement. Of course, if the individual or you are building this project, you know, there's plenty of other materials you could use. You could not add anything at all. It's just, again, a way to kind of add a little bit of contrast to the overall piece. Let me think here if there's anything else. Kind of interestingly about this, the back is 1/2-inch plywood. I went ahead and it is screwed to this, but I went ahead and glued it. And so basically this whole back plus the mirror backer ends up being just one piece. And so if your mirror breaks or if you want to replace it at some point in time, the back is just screwed in. And so the whole unit kind of comes off and you can place your mirror in there. So stain wise, we went ahead and used some gel stain from Old Masters. I believe it was the cedar of theirs, which turned out really, really nice. It's been a while since I've used a gel stain, but I'm working on a separate project right now where I really like the color, and so I wanted to kind of do something similar with a different finish, and the Old Masters stuff turned out really nice, and then the finishing coat is just a couple coats of catalyzed lacquer. So project-wise, that's all I have that's finished right now. I'm working on some drawings for a tool chest coming up for a shop notes project. I'm about done with the drawings for that, so maybe next week we'll take a look at the completed drawings. Mark will be building that. Currently he's working on a bookshelf project of ours, and so next Thursday we'll have him talk about that, as I suspect he'll probably be done with it by then since it's all only screwed together. But thanks for checking in. That's all I have, and we'll turn it back to Phil.
Right there you have it. That's it for the shop update. If you have any questions or comments about things you'd like to see, let us know in the comments section below. We'll see you next week. Bye.